A messy divorce, the deaths of multiple family members and friends, and alleged abuse allegations. Sophia Bush hasn't had it easy. Sophia Bush is probably best known for playing Brooke Davis on One Tree Hill, but the much-loved teen drama hit a dark side. In the wake of the Me Too movement, Bush, along with 17 other women who worked on the show, accused showrunner Mark Schwann of sexual misconduct. Per Variety, the 18 women alleged that Schwann engaged in psychological and emotional abuse, manifesting in PTSD for some of the accusers. They were also warned against speaking out and told that doing so would cost many people their jobs.
I went straight from my junior year of college onto One Tree Hill.
During an appearance on Pretty Big Deal with Ashley Graham, Bush revealed that she was pressured into filming scenes that would require her to wear lingerie, explaining, "I remember my boss kept writing scenes for me to be in my underwear, and I was like, I'm not doing this. This is inappropriate. Like, I don't think this is what we should be teaching 16-year-old girls to be doing."
I remember I showed up in the next episode in a turtleneck, just sort of to be spiteful.
Additionally, during an appearance on Radio Andy, Bush alleged that she had smacked Schwann for groping her buttocks. Speaking with The Guardian, the Good Sam star said she hoped telling her story would encourage other women to speak out. As she told Insider, she has reclaimed her One Tree Hill trauma by maintaining friendships with co-stars Hilarie Burton and Bethany Joy Lenz, with whom she began the podcast Drama Queens. In 2005, Sophia Bush married her One Tree Hill co-star Chad Michael Murray. At the time, she was just 22 years old. But just 1 year later, the couple called it quits, with an insider telling people, Sophia went into the marriage believing in the sanctity of marriage. And Chad simply did not share that vision. During an appearance on Radio Andy, Bush confessed that she didn't actually want to get married at such a young age. She also revealed that she felt pressured into it by One Tree Hill execs, saying, "What's the fight? When you have bosses telling you that you're the only person who gets a person to work on time, and 200 people either get to see their kids at night or they don't because our days start on time?" Murray later branded Bush's claims as ludicrous in a statement to Us Weekly. The divorce was particularly difficult on Bush because One Tree Hill showrunners allegedly exploited the couple's split for ratings and drama. She explained to Armchair Expert, "They were really deeply inappropriate to both of us about it. They ran like TV ads about it. It was really ugly." In 2011, the nation was rocked by the assassination attempt on Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords, when a gunman went on a shooting spree outside a supermarket in Tucson, Arizona, per CNN. Although Giffords survived being shot in the head, 6 people were killed, including Sophia Bush's 9-year-old cousin Christina Taylor Greene, the youngest victim of the attack per the New York Times. Greene's father, John, told AZ Central, "One day we were a beautiful family of 4, and the next day we woke up and we had 3. With no real preparation, no warning, no nothing. It jars every part of your life." Although Bush hadn't met her cousin, she was deeply affected by the loss. Revealing on Chelsea Lately, "You've got to take every day and you've got to tell the people you love that you do." After being remanded in custody, Greene's killer Jared Lee Loughner chillingly smiled in court, as well as for his mugshot per ABC News. In 2012, he was sentenced to life in prison without parole. Sophia Bush began a relationship with Google engineer Dan Fredenberg in 2013, with Us Weekly reporting that they bonded over their shared interest in activism. After a year together, the twosome split but remained great friends, a source revealed to People. However, just 1 year later, tragedy struck when Fredenberg was caught up in a 7.8 magnitude earthquake, which triggered an avalanche while on an expedition to Mount Everest, per NBC News. Tragically, Fredenberg died at the age of 33. Bush penned a heartbreaking tribute to her ex on Instagram, writing, "Today I find myself attempting to pick up the pieces of my heart that have broken into such tiny shards. I'll likely never find them all. Today I and so many of my loved ones lost an incredible friend." The false positive star opened up about the loss in an interview with Health, saying, "I felt like my heart was on the outside of my body and everyone who came near me was stabbing me." In addition to her ordeal on the set of One Tree Hill, Sophia Bush was allegedly subjected to bullying and physical assault while filming Chicago PD. In 2017, Deadline reported that the show's star, Jason Begay, was being investigated for misconduct on set. He apologized for being aggressive, admitting that he has an anger problem. However, on Instagram, Bush slammed Begay for reducing his aggression to anger management issues, branding his behavior gross physical misconduct.
You know what I think? I think it's a move to assert control over the situation.
The following year, Bush revealed that she struggled throughout the filming of Chicago PD. Overworked, she was forced to film scenes outside in extreme cold weather conditions. Bush also admitted that she felt guilty opening up about the abuse due to the various jobs that were at stake. This was coupled with emotional manipulation from her bosses. As she explained on Armchair Expert, "If your bosses tell you if you cause a ruckus, you'll cost everyone their jobs, you believe that." It was a consistent onslaught barrage of abusive behavior. When she told her boss that she couldn't tolerate the abuse anymore, she was warned that leaving wasn't an option, saying, "Staying was like certain death. You start to lose your way when someone assaults you in a room full of people and everyone literally looks away. And you're the one woman in the room and every man who's twice your size doesn't do something." Sophia Bush has made no secret of her love of dogs and has adopted a number of pups from rescue shelters. In an interview with Fetch in 2015, she enthusiastically talked about her dogs Penny and Patch, saying, "No matter how many dogs you have in your life, you have one that's a soulmate dog. And for me, that's Patch." Unfortunately, just 1 year later, Patch died at age 14. In a heartfelt Instagram post, Bush wrote, "I said goodbye to my best friend yesterday. I watched this dog soothe people, heal people, help people, and make people laugh, squeal, and grin with happiness. He was 1 in a million. Sadly, the loss didn't end there. In 2019, Penny also died at the age of 10. Bush revealed on Instagram that Penny had been sick for some time. Nevertheless, she was unprepared for her passing. The loss was made even more painful by the fact that Bush's other dog, Griffin, struggled to cope without his mother, Penny, around. The Chicago Med star wrote on Instagram, "Seeing him look for her in the house makes my heart catch in my throat." A year after Penny's death, Bush adopted a dog called Maggie, who hopefully provided Griffin with some much-needed companionship. Unfortunately, Sophia Bush has been subjected to more than one unsettling interaction with a fan attempting to invade her privacy. In 2022, Bush had to deal with the terrifying ordeal of having an obsessed fan invade her personal space both online and in real life. As TMZ reported, the fan developed an obsession with Bush, and reportedly started sending her aggressive Instagram messages. They subsequently turned up at Bush's home, where they left gifts and flowers and were later arrested and charged with stalking. Unfortunately, this wasn't the first time Bush had a run-in with a stalker. Back in 2014, she divulged that a fan had begun posing as her on Twitter. The fan posted over 500 worrisome tweets while pretending to be the One Tree Hill star, with Bush sharing dozens of screenshots of messages the imposter sent to her fans. In a since-deleted Instagram post, Bush wrote, "For the past few months, I have been harassed to the point of sheer horror by an online stalker. This person has taken to harassing and bullying many of my followers as well. This has gotten beyond out of hand, obsessive, violent, and legally punishable." According to Page 6, Bush swiftly contacted the police to deal with the matter. Sophia Bush has been open about living with anxiety, telling Brit & Co., "Confidence is a tricky word. I don't think that that's my natural state. My natural state is to be a little anxious." Having to deal with the advent of COVID-19 exacerbated these issues for Bush. In an interview with Teen Vogue, Bush explained, "The experience of stress and trauma, having friends hospitalized, knowing people who have had family members die, it's a really intense experience." The actor also noted that the demands of her job meant that she was frequently burnt out from work, which only aggravated her personal turmoil. Additionally, Bush has been frank when discussing her issues with self-esteem, telling Health, "We are so conditioned as women to hate on ourselves all the time. This is me whether I like it or not."
There will never be a point where you wake up and you're just like, "Oh my God, from today forward, I'm amazing forever."
Sophia Bush was close friends with her Chicago PD co-star Markie Post, who played Bunny, the mother of Bush's character Lindsay. On screen, Lindsay and Bunny had a toxic relationship blighted by substance misuse and manipulation. But in real life, Bush and Post's relationship couldn't have been any more disparate from that of their on-screen counterparts. In 2021, Post died of cancer at the age of 70, per Deadline. Devastated by Post's death, Bush penned a lengthy tribute to her co-star and friend, detailing the ways in which she changed her life for the better. Writing on Instagram, "When I lived in a box that made it deeply difficult to be a woman, Markie came in with arms to envelop me and eyes that fired both kindness and lightning storms into the room as she held me, and likewise called other women into her safe space." If you or someone you know needs help with mental health, please contact the Crisis Text Line by texting HOME to 741-741. Call the National Alliance on Mental Illness Helpline at 1-800-950-NAMI 6264 or visit the National Institute of Mental Health website.